Hi everyone. A very short hello to let you know that I am coping and I am just overwhelmed by everybody's support, my family, my friends, my neighbors, my coworkers, my former coworkers, my clients. We've had, Vito was loved. Vito was very well loved, and his visitation was standing room only. The cards, my mailbox is just filled. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. There's just no other way to put it. It was horrendous. The last week, watching him die, I really didn't think it could get worse than that. But it did for me. Now, my youngest son, both sons were with me during the last week. Our oldest son flew in for a few days, and then my youngest son was there, pretty much 24/7 along with me. There were a couple of days I got home, not even a couple, but, a day or two that I went home to be able to sleep in my own bed. They have a wonderful, the hospital has wonderful accommodations right in the room. Anyway, now my youngest son thought that was much worse than the actual visitation. I call it a wake. I guess that's old-fashioned, huh? Or is that a Catholic thing? I don't know. Anyway, I'm driving around a parking lot trying to find a place to park, which, that's silly. I should just park. I'm going to park right here, actually. I have no idea why that person is sitting there. Anyway, my youngest son, that's like just all these things. Anyway, he thought that was worse than the wake. I thought the wake was 100 million times worse, 1 billion times worse. I was hysterical. I was hysterical at the funeral mass. I was out of my mind, really. And my sons were. I think for anyone who witnessed that, particularly with my sons when they first walked in to the funeral chapel. But so the wake was Friday, which was it was 7 days, you could kind of say 8 days. He died on September 23rd. And then the wake was the following Friday. That was a Saturday he died. And the wake was the following Friday, and then the funeral mass was Saturday. And then the luncheon. And we had, it was beautiful, really, just everything. The flowers were pouring in, and people, but I'm okay. I break down several times a day, but I also laugh several times a day. And I'm sorry for all the pausing. It's just so hard to talk about. But it's okay. Most everything I started cleaning things out when it was clear that he was terminal. Even though I never, ever truly believed he was terminal, I just kept waiting for some miracle? A miracle. Or that it was just a really bad bump and he would rebound. But anyway, I'm just here to say that I am doing as expected. Very hard. I am getting back to today's Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday. Lots of friends are taking me to lunch, taking me to dinner. I'm being kept pretty busy. Not like all day busy, but something to look forward to. And I just, putting one foot in front of the other. At the same time, I'm bored. Like, I'm not used to doing nothing but being still and being at home. It's not. So I'm pretty sure I hadn't planned to go back to any clients or anything for really, for several months. But actually, that's not who he married, That's not who he married. And during the homily at the funeral mass, Father Clive said, before the funeral mass, you go to the church, at least this is how it worked for me, and you plan the mass. You choose which kind of readings, you choose the gospel, did I choose the gospel? I can't remember. I think so. Yes. And I chose the Beatitudes, and in case anyone cares. And I chose the hymns, all hymns that he loved to sing in church. If he knew the words, he'd sing. We have songbooks. And I chose those that I thought were really him and were more uplifting and hopeful, and that he knew most of the words to. So it was a beautiful mass. And anyway, but what I was saying was, when planning the funeral mass, I sat with Father Clive and our funeral liturgy coordinator, Sue, and we're picking those things. And Father Clive, we're a huge parish, over 5,000 families, over 20,000 individuals, huge Catholic parish out in the suburbs of Chicago. And he asked me to talk about Vito, just talk about him. And he asked me some cute little questions, like how did we meet, and things like that. And where Vito grew up. And I'm still very much in a state of shock. It was, everything I did was harder than I thought it would be. Like, everything I did was harder than I thought it would be. And so I thought, okay, now going into the parish office, I'm comfortable there. It's like not a big deal. And, but anyway, it was harder than I thought. So Father Clive asked me to talk about him because, again, he doesn't have the opportunity to get to know, let's face it, that many parishioners. And so I did. And during the homily, it was interesting what he picked up on. And one of the things that I said made our, I could talk about Vito and our marriage forever, but I did, and I remember saying this, that he let me be me. He let me be me. And it's not that would be a hard thing. I would hope that existed in every marriage. I know that it doesn't, however. But what I was so different than what he was. Where he came from, where I came from. I mean, we were like two universes colliding, really. And he let me be me right from the very beginning. Now, mind you, we've been married 37 years. Things were a little different in 1980 than they are now. But he just, because that's who he was. Anyway, it was a beautiful mass. And the luncheon was very, I don't know. I don't know how many people were at the luncheon. 70, 80, 100? It was, I'm telling you, just a true celebration. And I haven't opened the cards yet. Many brought cards to the wake. And cards have been pouring in the mail. I tried to do it. I did 2, and I was just a mess. Like, I was just, forget about it. So I have to do that. And I'm going to go pick up his urn, his ashes, after this thing I have to do. And I don't know. Boy, the stories I could tell. So thank you for all of your Facebook messages, your, oh my gosh, I've been contacted in so many different ways. Emails, cards, But my YouTube family, my Snapchat, everyone has been marvelous. It was horrible. It is horrible. It is horrible. His entire disease was horrible. A disease most people just don't know, can't even envision. Will never envision, really. Only 1,600 cases a year. Chances are you will never encounter this. And horrible. This particular cancer. All cancer is. Ugh. This one is really very visible to everyone. It's not internal. It's both internal and external. And I'm done. Thank you so much, everyone. I wanted you to know that I am putting one foot forward, one foot in front of the other. I am still. I am sad. I have outbursts. I am laughing. I am getting back as quickly as I can to whatever the new, what did my sister say? The new steps in this new journey. But I just wanted to say hi and thank you, and he was the love of my life. More than that, which is unusual after 37 years, the kind of romance we still had. I wish that for everyone. It's a lot of hard work. But he was the reason. It wasn't me. It was him. Bye, everyone.